Hi, and welcome back to the channel. We are continuing The Witcher. This is Season 2, Episode 3, titled What is Lost? And last time around, we got a good look at Kaer Morhen, met Vesemir, some of the other witches, Eskel, and also saw the demise of Eskel, or Eskel dying because of him getting infected by a Leshy, which made for a very cool fight towards the end, very well made. Then we also got the Yennefer storyline going on the side, which is actually almost like what we are what we're most interested in at the moment. I'm thinking from your perspective as well, because that's like new
that's
content
exactly
or
like
new story.
There are some gaps from the books that they're filling out, and I think that's very interesting.
Yeah. And speaking again of the books, and I know we do that a lot, and we do the comparisons, but something that we probably also realized by now, and in part because of some of the comments that we've seen from you guys, they are going to deviate a lot from the books throughout this entire season. So we will have to just get ready for that and just adjust accordingly, I guess, with we're not gonna expect for the story to go in the same way as it does in the book.
No,
apparently.
and please give me at least some wiggle room, because there are definitely things I'm not gonna like.
Oh yeah,
especially because I think Blood of Elves, there's some things that happens in that book that's very, very, very important to me, and sometimes when you change something, it's not necessarily because you change it for the better necessarily, and like there's just certain things that mean a lot to me. And that's why I really wanted it to be adapted. So of course I'm probably gonna be a little bit iffy about them not adapting it. The things that I find important, that has been important to me in my personal life.
Yeah.
But please don't be an ass. Please don't be an ass. Just
no.
Fucking respect that I have an opinion, and it might deviate a little bit from yours. And as always, I don't think I'm completely unreasonable. So there's that. Yeah.
Yeah. As someone said also in the comments at one point, with the themes and the characters from the books, if that doesn't really come through in this version of the story in the same manner, and you really have a connection to those themes and those moments and those character traits, then it does take away from what you love about the story and about those things. Not saying that the deviation is better or worse or anything, like it's just different, and solely because of that, gonna react to that. We're gonna have an opinion about that, or you're gonna have an opinion about that. But anywho, I think we're ready to jump into it. Yes, let's do it. And you can of course always check out our full length reactions, where you can sync up the footage with your own copy of the episode. We also have early reactions for Attack on Titan at the moment, where we are several episodes ahead compared to here on YouTube. Now I'm gonna do this twice. It's all over on Patreon, and the link is down in the description below. When I change up the things that I say, and just one sentence thrown in there compared to what I usually say,
breaks everything.
Yep, confused. But all right, here we go.
I don't know what to do with my arms. Like, I don't know what to.
Where do you usually put them?
I don't know. They're restless.
Wind's howling.
Oh, that's funny. That's funny.
That is funny. It's merely from the audio description. And now she's not wearing a dress anymore.
You need rest.
Sir Laszlo, he protected me in Sintra, and he said less than perfect means death.
Your stomach's growling loud enough to wake the dead, if that counts.
Would you call a witcher with no brains?
Lambert?
Okay, now she's funny.
Okay, so that's Lambert and Cohen.
When you finish this, get some rest.
Did you just...
Siri.
What was that?
I have no idea. Was that her food?
Wait, Geralt.
Eskel, Sorrel's waiting for us. I haven't seen you this sore since Vesemir tanned our hides for tying that thread to the bumblebee's leg. If you don't leave that bee in peace, you'll feel my sting again.
So you're just like him.
We're all just like him. We won't get any rest until our life's mission is complete.
Which will be never, because what else would we do?
Exactly.
I like that they're still using him.
Just a little
As a,
bit.
yeah, a little bit.
There must be more tests I can run to track whatever mutated the other Leshy.
If there was a scientific explanation for any of this, you would have found it by now.
We got a lab full of alchemical compounds that can change day to fucking night. I'm not going to give up now.
I'm not asking you to give up, but it's time to let Eskel rest. He deserves the peace.
Wow.
Yeah, damn.
A respected mage, and even he found no indication of their plan to attack. How could any of us have known?
Because we told you.
Vilgefortz had one good hunch
Hey.
about Nilfgaard's military strategy.
Lars is back.
Yeah. Hey, Lars.
Nilfgaardian prisoner hasn't proven fruitful. There's evidence of a magical barrier in his head.
Hmm?
The elves are not our enemy.
They've already aligned with Nilfgaard, proving what many of us have known for centuries. They cannot be trusted.
Because of how you treated them. So good at being bad.
It's just good.
Oh shit!
She came back.
Artorius can feel his grasp on the leadership slipping, and Stregobor is
Fuckhead.
desperate. You are a hero to me and many others.
But...
But we need to let Vilgefortz carry the mantle of victory for now.
Oh. Fucking Vilgefortz.
Well, I've never known a human to give up the kindness of his heart.
Yes, there's a cost. But if it saves our people, it's one I'm happy to pay.
You say that now?
Because I stand in the here and now. We're safe here.
I hope so.
I have no idea where it's going, but I'm a bit afraid for what's going to happen to the elves.
I want to do what a witcher does.
Why?
Come on then.
Ruined a perfectly good straw man. Okay.
It looks so cold. Like, put on some clothes, please.
It looks cold as fuck. Don't you have, like, pelts and shit? Obstacle course?
Yeah.
Sure, why not?
Oh, this is what I missed. Yes, thank
Oh,
you.
that's cool. That's in the books then, I'm guessing.
Yep.
That's what you were saying was missing from Kaer Morhen in the
Yep.
previous episode.
Yes,
Okay.
yes. Exactly what I was missing, yeah.
We're just having a little fun.
I don't think Geralt is gonna appreciate you having a little bit of fun with this. Lambert, ow! Oh, that's a cool shot. Reflections. That reminds me of Dark.
Yeah.
The cinematography is quite good in this series. Like, it's a
Absolutely.
really pretty series.
Absolutely. Insanely well done.
Mm.
I know you think I'm mad, but I need to know what happened. If it were your child, you'd be going crazy to figure it out. What you could have done differently.
I know. It's a burden I now share. They're here.
I'm gonna feed on him?
Is that's putting him to rest? Oh, okay. Magic still. Kinda. Hey.
Oh, they changed her hair up a little bit.
Yeah, Triss's hair.
Went more by the books, seems like.
Yeah.
You look different.
So do you. Oh, the water's perfect.
Come on, Triss. Join us. Not today. Not yet.
She's so beautiful. I can't handle it.
She slaughtered nobility, priests, even civilians with her bare hands.
Anything to reclaim power.
That's not true. Olka was a girl forgotten by her family. She was trying to rightly recover her throne.
Falco was quarter elven, just as Yennefer is.
So what are you saying? Yennefer's related to Falca?
Of course not. A historian should know bloodlines better. But history does have a way of repeating itself, doesn't it? I was there when Falca destroyed Mirth. Her violence etched here. Forever.
Oh shit. He has no hands.
If we allow our power to be diluted by elven blood,
Diluted?
then it will be led to ruin.
No. Yennefer, she would never do something like that. I'm sure of it.
The only certainty on this continent, my boy, is that no one is ever what they see.
We'll find a cure for your scars. I'll talk to Tisea.
No. What's lost is lost.
Ow!
No, you got, girl. Come on, Ciri. Let's go back. You've had enough.
He's not gonna give up. Ooh, nope. Don't even fucking try it. Ah. I fucking drew blood.
Nice try, princess. Admit it. You belong in a castle.
Oh, come on. It's one day. One try.
Yeah, what the hell?
How did you fare on your first day?
How can you be sure that they won't impede our mission?
The White Flame always finds a way.
Oh, just as he found a way to empower you in his absence.
Francesca, thank you for joining me.
He seems like a jolly fella. Not wearing the garbage bag armor, though. At least.
Balzac.
Ballsack armor, yeah.
The Deathless Mother may have brought us together, but you can trust me.
I want a home for my people, but more importantly, I want a place for our future to begin. Can you promise me that?
I wish things were different, but politics.
Requires a certain type of person. Calculating. I understand.
And he is quite calculating.
That is some beard he grew. Huh?
Yeah, it's been a little while.
Fringilla told me about you. She envied you. Then.
Oh, what's the hurry, my dear?
What is it with men lurking about the
Fuck off!
If you don't want to chat about your true intentions, I'll be forced to use a method your dear Tisea has grown so fond of.
Oh, yeah. Burying fucking fingers into someone's skull.
Stop!
Oh!
You will answer to this.
Fuck you, Striker Ball.
I'm sorry for Eskel.
I know, son.
And if I was ever a burden.
What?
Geralt, you need to see this.
What did you do?
Okay. I thought it was like, Carol, you need to see this. Your princess is injured or something like that. But no, she's just full on completing the course. Couldn't find the word. Ooh.
Oh, that was close.
Yeah. Not the most graceful of landings, but I guess she completed the obstacle course, sorta.
So close.
You have committed treason against one of our own.
Yennefer of Vengerberg survived fire magic, survived imprisonment by Nilfgaard, and we're to unquestioningly believe that she's here with good intentions. I'm simply saying, Vilgefortz, that if you claim to want to defend the Brotherhood, then you must also be willing to defend it from threats inside these walls!
Oh, I think he's very much willing to do that.
You will have to kill the Nilfgaardian prisoner.
Is this Vilgefortz talking or you?
And tell them the truth.
What truth?
What?
You are not a threat because you have lost your magic.
Oh, okay. She's quite perceptive.
Yeah.
That it surprises me or anything.
I've searched the continent, trying every herb, every potion, every spell, to get back what I had. Without it, I'm nothing. I'm stumbling through darkness.
From the moment we met, you have been trying to fill a void. Power couldn't do it, even when you had it at your fingertips. What makes you think it's the answer now?
Because it's all I have left!
Almost had it.
It's just day one, Siri.
Do it.
You can do it
You can do it.
another day.
Doesn't mean you have to.
You said we catch fear, that you have to face it and mustn't just give up.
But not choosing to do something isn't necessarily giving up.
I've known many who wanted to be great fighters in my time. Do you know where they are now?
Did.
In the ground.
In cemeteries.
Close. The hell?
Oh.
Oh?
It's the scarf she got, right?
How did it get in there?
She hid it, right?
But it seems like it's been in there for a long while.
I'm not a spy.
I'm leaving for Sintra tomorrow to help the elves who are migrating, to help people like
Like me. If only you were asked to prove your loyalty by beheading a man.
Stregobor has spies stationed on the towers outside. If you slip out in the night, you will be caught.
Come to me.
Weren't you just there? The witch's place? Like a month ago?
Strange feeling that you get like someone's coming after you. Can you describe it to me?
It's like I'm being pulled.
Pulled towards what?
What?
I was at your parents' wedding feast. I saw your mother exhibit uncontrolled magical power. Given that you are her blood, I think you've inherited that power. Or something like it.
Mm-hmm.
It's missing a hand.
It's Eskel's Leshy.
Oh, fuck. Fucking shit!
There's the pool?
That's the pool, yeah. Maybe... Oh. What the hell?
Run!
Fuck is that? Took out a Leshy like it was nothing. Looks like it was made. Like some sort of abomination. Oh, there's gonna be a jump scare or something.
Yeah.
No? Good on them for resisting the urge to do a jump scare.
Yep.
Oh. That was one nasty motherfucker.
Less than perfect means death.
Sir Laszlo will be proud.
And now Yennefer is supposed to kill Kaer. Well, that's not gonna happen, right? Why am I saying right? I'm fairly certain that's not going to happen.
Tell me what purpose my death serves now.
Absolution.
Mine.
Nope.
Mine.
We thank the Northern Kingdoms for their generous contribution honoring our fallen. May it stand forever on the hill!
Got a bunch of royals there, at least.
Yeah, all the Northern Kingdoms.
Mm.
My advisor Dijkstra says she's worth keeping an eye on.
Dijkstra. They're just name dropping like crazy.
Our most trusted advisors.
are becoming less and less trustworthy.
His head will be sent to Sintra to make our voices heard. The North!
Very diplomatic. I have a feeling I might know what the outcome is going to be here. That was quite precise.
Yep.
Get on, yeah.
Why save me?
Don't flatter yourself. I'm saving me.
That's the outcome I was talking about. Those two are going to slip away together. Somehow. Turned out that was easy, an easy feat for them. At least right there. But hey, that was episode 3. We got a lot of training. Of course, with Ciri, the whole first practicing against a straw man, and then afterwards during the obstacle course, we had the whole thing with Yennefer back and forth, and a lot of politics. It seems like.
So Yennefer got back to Aretusa,
Mm?
where there's a lot of stuff going on. We have the Lodge of... No, it's not called the Lodge of Sorcerers.
They're calling it the Brotherhood, right?
The Brotherhood, yeah. And then there's all this going on. It's not particularly written out in the books.
That's some of the stuff they're sort of filling out a little bit. Some of the
Some of the exactly.
Events in between, yeah.
There's just a lot of power play between the different power players. So we had a lot of Strigabor, for example, and you can definitely see the Danish pride in us every time he goes on screen, because he's just. If you don't agree, then fair, but he is just such a great actor, I think.
Yes.
Even though you hate his character. You love to hate him because he's doing so well.
Yeah. He's doing really well. He is doing really, really well. Both him and the other Danish actor who's in the series, I would say, Kim Bodnia as Vesemir. Like, both of them are standouts. In my book, at least. Might be because we're biased, as you
We're
just said.
super biased.
But still.
Yeah, but there's definitely the different kind of power players. Tisea was talking about how she wanted Vilgefortz to take over a little bit with like to kind of take over.
He's gonna be the hero of Sodden, their face to the rest of the world, or whatever you want to say.
Yeah, and there's different reasons for that, and I'll get into that later. Maybe I don't know. I don't know if it's important. But then we also have the Strigabor and some of the other guys, and we also learned that they also kind of have to keep up appearances with the Northern Kingdoms, like the leaders of the Northern Kingdoms. I believe we both saw Radovid, and we saw Foltest. We have seen Foltest before. And we also saw Queen Maeve of Rivia.
And
Something like that. Yeah, it's the guy from Vizima. I cannot exactly remember his name, but
no, they said it in the episode.
Yeah, and he's also
a lot of names all the time.
Yeah, and he's also mentioned. I can't remember all of them, but they were at least there, and the guy was it the guy from Vizima who was like all of these advisors suddenly are starting to be a little bit like we can't trust them is basically what he said.
That's what Foltest said, right?
Was it Foltest?
I think Foltest was like, it's getting increasingly difficult to trust these advisors or trust our advisors, and they name drop someone like Dijkstra, who's people will know if they've played the game
or read the books.
Yeah,
he's also a bit of a player there. So
he's like a Littlefinger type of deal.
Yeah, he's interesting and an interesting character. So that's definitely something that might have hinted at something, maybe not. But yeah, so there's like that whole thing. We had this whole thing with Kaer as well, when we're talking about being in Aretusa. They've tried to breach his mind. But there's a magical barrier, so they couldn't really get anything out of him. I think I understand what they're trying to do with this character. I still think it's non-negotiable, and I'm not gonna forgive the showrunners and the writers for having done to Kaer what they have done. Just to get it out there. I know where they're going.
Can I just quick? And I don't know what Kaer is like in the books or anything other than it seems like, just based on your reaction, that he's quite different from what we've seen in the series here. Could it be that some of the stuff they're adding here to his character, and also talking about this magic barrier inside of his mind, I don't know if that's a part of the books or not, but whatever magic is inside of his head is also one of the reasons why he has been behaving very strangely compared to how the character is in the books. And it's not necessarily him, like his decisions and he's doing it, but something magical inside of his brain that is altering him. And that barrier, or that something magic might disappear later on, and then he'll turn into the person, or he will, turn out to be the person that, in the books.
Probably. I just still don't like it. I don't agree with it.
Okay.
I like, and this is not something I'm ever gonna change my mind on.
No. Yeah.
It could be a reason, and as I said, I understand what they're trying to do.
Mm-hmm.
It just doesn't work for me.
No, okay.
It's they've destroyed it, and they cannot.
I can't just see it as a new character then. With
Then
the same name?
they shouldn't.
Then it's the name is the issue. Yeah. Okay.
Yeah, and also like the character from the books, like because he is like the Black Knight in the books as well, like the one who's haunting Ciri's
dreams and
nightmares, everything. So then they shouldn't have, like, that's just my issue. They took one of my favorite characters and they did something to it that I think is unforgivable. So
Yes.
and that
All right.
But that's it. I've spoken too much about Kaer at this point. We also had Yennefer coming back from all of this and dealing.
Yeah, and apparently spending a whole month trying to find some sort of solution and trying to get her magic back before going back to Aretusa. So it's not like it was her first choice or anything like that, going back to the rest of the mages and
I also think
sorceresses.
if she was on her way to Nilfgaard and she was almost there, it's a long way to travel. And she can't teleport when she doesn't have her magic. So that's a long way to go back on foot, especially if you have no freaking clue where you are. Everything is like in shambles because it's like war scenes and whatnot. So I can imagine a lot of her time, because I think it was 30 days after Sutton, right? So this is 30 days after Sutton. She has been captured and traveled for at least a couple of days or something.
Mm-hmm.
And then everything went down like we saw in the last episode. So there's like, so I don't think she's been wandering around.
Well, that was just what she said, was that she was wandering around the continent and trying to find different solutions before she came there. But apparently she wasn't wandering that far then. And it's 1 month after the Battle of Sodden. So Kaer, how do you pronounce it? Kaer. He grew out his beard really fucking quickly. Like, damn, my beard grows out fairly quick, but I wouldn't be able to grow a beard like his in a month. Not at all. That was impressive. But I know that's a good visual aid to kind of show the passage of time. Is changing facial hair and hair length and whatever.
We also saw how some of these sorceresses, they were just dealing with a lot of, like, they were all dealing with losses, especially it was hard on Tissaia. We know that it was really hard on her, because it was like all her students and all of her friends and everything that lost their lives. And
almost saw them as daughters in a sense. Same as Vesemir, like how he looks at the other witches as his kids, his sons. And he lost Eskel. So there was a bit of a link there between Vesemir and Tissaia, and they're both sort of the mentors of our two lead characters, or some of the lead characters in Geralt and Yennefer. So yeah, nice connection there.
Yeah, and just speaking very quickly of that with the sons, we had this flashback scene between Geralt and Eskel, and Geralt was, well, both Vesemir and Geralt, it was a small part of the episode, they were also grieving the loss of Eskel. So the way that they had this talk a while back, apparently, where Eskel's he was like, you sound like Vesemir, you're basically Vesemir. And then Geralt said, we're all kind of Vesemir because we're his sons, basically.
Yes.
So we're all Vesemir.
Mm.
And I just thought that was like, it definitely touched something within me. Like this whole thing with, of course, like you have these kids as when they're very, very small. And so of course you will see them as your own in a way, especially since you can have kids either as a witcher or a sorceress.
Yeah.
So you connect to these kids and you basically raise them.
Well, yeah.
You raise them.
Yeah, effectively he is, and same with Tissaia. Like she was also, and she is raising some of these young women. It's all towards like a purpose, and you want them. You are their teacher, but because of the circumstances surrounding what they're trying to become and how difficult it is, and the fact that even if you're training as a witcher or a sorceress or a mage, like that's gonna become your entire life. So the person who's teaching you is with you all the time, pretty much through so many years, and it's impossible not to grow some sort of bond with these people. So it certainly makes a lot of sense, and it was a thing that a lot of the characters had in common in this one, was that thinking about that, and then the grief of losing someone so close to you.
Yeah, and I also said when they were bathing, taking a
taking a shit. What are you saying?
when they went into the bath thing, the sorceresses, and Triss did not want to go into that. She's been burned. You talked about it. She's been burned very badly right here, in the middle of her chest. And all the sorceresses, they usually go with like they have like their clothes are so revealing. Some of them are basically just naked with some sort of like illusion garment over it, so that they're basically just naked with some.
And they want to use that to entice others, and it's a weapon.
Beings.
Yeah, like they can definitely use it as a weapon, but
but also just for fun. They
sure. But when I say as a weapon, they can use it to their advantage.
Yeah.
In any given situation.
Absolutely. But what I mean is Triss, because of this huge scar that she now has, she's very insecure about it. So from here on out, she's gonna wear, or she's, according to the books at least, she's gonna wear like high neck dresses and stuff because she's so insecure about her scar. And I thought that was just a very nice little touch there, that they're just kind of like already talking about this and very briefly just mentioning it. And speaking of Triss, they definitely changed her hair up this season.
Yeah, they commented on it as well.
Yeah, like, you look different.
You look different, and it's we've had it now with a couple of characters looking slightly different than they did in the first season, and with Triss as well. Just going back to, they do have the ability to cover up what happens to them, and we saw it with Stregobor, especially with his hands, missing his hands. But Triss doesn't want to do that because what's lost is lost, and it serves as a reminder for everything they lost during that.
And I guess that was kind of noble. But I know some people would disagree, but then you didn't read the book careful enough. She is a redhead in the books. It is mentioned a bit like Auburny. I think it was something with the translation of it, if I read correctly. It was something like they mentioned something like chestnut, but it's something you usually use in Polish for like red horses. And red horses have that kind of like red, very red, orangey red, but like with this brown undertone. It's very hard to describe. But at least Triss is a redhead, so just before you get mad that they turned her hair red, but that's how it is in books. So.
But anyway, it was just a quick-ish discussion this time around. So that's gonna do it for this reaction and review of The Witcher Season 2, Episode 3. Thank you guys so much for watching as always, and we'll see you as soon as possible. Bye.
Bye.